Satisfactory is arguably the greatest factory game of all time. Just don't tell Factorio I said that. It's got a lot of mechanics that aren't actually part of any tutorial, and I'm forever being taught new things. I thought it only right to share some of them with you. So here are 5 things I wish I knew before playing Satisfactory. While we can absolutely make crazy looking belt spaghetti and place our production buildings wherever we please, it'd still be nice to know that everything is lined up properly. Good news, you can snap pretty much everything you build to the same grid. While you're aiming to place down a structure, you can hold down Control to snap them to the world grid, which can make lining up buildings and pathways way easier regardless of where you are on the map. While you're placing your structures, you might find yourself not quite able to get exactly what you want, or maybe you want a factory to look a certain way. Behold, the almighty nudge. Secretly, this might be my favorite tip on this list. If you know about where you want a structure but can't quite get it lined up, even by snapping to the world grid, try pressing H. This will lock the structure in place, and then you can use your arrow keys to nudge the structure one tick at a time. As a bonus, you can freely walk around without worrying about losing the placement, allowing you to get it perfectly locked into position from any angle. While we're on the topic of looking at exactly where you want things, did you know you can press P to open the camera function? Then you can press the middle mouse button to hide your HUD. Not only is this great for screenshots, but it can be nice to get all of your HUD elements out of the way when you're placing objects in your factories. Though you do need to turn it off to place anything. After all, it's always nice to be able to see things easier, just like how you can see my videos and live streams more when you like and subscribe. I've recently started live streaming 4 days a week from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Atlantic time, from Tuesday to Friday, where I've been playing Satisfactory and one of my favorite survival RPGs of the year, Enshrouded. There'll be plenty more where that came from, and I'd love to share it all with you. Kind of like how we can share settings between production structures. That was a great segue, wasn't it? So after you finish placing down several buildings, say a whole bunch of constructors, then you still need to select the recipe, right? And sometimes you'll want to change their production values with power cells, but it can be tedious to do this for every single building. Good news, the developers thought so too, which is why, while you're looking at the settings you want to have in several other buildings, you can copy and paste the information. For those who might not know, that means pressing Ctrl-C to copy and then Ctrl-V to paste. You don't even need to open the menu of the building. Shortcuts are awesome. That being said, sometimes there might not be a shortcut, especially during the early game when you find yourself staring at a crafting bench for a long time. But at least there's a silver lining. You don't need to hold the button down to craft by hand. All you need to do is tap your spacebar when crafting, and the game will do it automatically for you. So go make yourself a cup of hot chocolate or something while you wait for those few hundred iron ingots to be made. By the way, the same thing applies for mining by hand. Just tap your mining key instead. Let me know in the comments if there's a special tip you wish you knew when you first tried Satisfactory. There's plenty more where that came from, believe me. As always, I love you, may God bless you, and I pray you have a wonderful day.